Would you trust your $1,000 camera to be supported by nothing other than this tiny little magnet? Let's talk about it. So I've only ever used these classic straps that come with the camera. You know, this is for Canon, I also have it on my Sony, and these are perfectly fine. I mean, the biggest problem I ever run into them with is when I'm setting up a tripod and they just get tangled up while I'm trying to put them in. And a few years ago, Peak Design came out with this quick release strap that, you know, got really popular. Everybody uses it, professionals use it, they trust their lives with that strap. And so a lot of other companies started making their own, including Ulanzi. PGY Tech also has their version of a quick release strap, and they all kind of have different mechanisms. The neat thing about them is that when you want a strap, you have a strap, and when you don't want them, you can easily remove it. So these are the Ulanzi Falcam quick release straps. And what's interesting about them is that they use a magnet. They use a magnet to hold the camera, as you saw in the intro. It's just this tiny little magnet. That's it. That's all that's holding the entire weight of your camera. This tiny, I don't even know what that is, a 1/4 inch. So these are the boxes they come in. I actually really like them. They look really nice. I like the presentation they put on there. They got the logo right there. And the setup is pretty simple, like I showed and demonstrated in the intro of this. Just pop these suckers out like that. They come actually with a few extra little hinges on this. So it comes with 4 total, I believe. So if you want to put 2 on each side of your camera and then use the other 2 for something like binoculars or anything else you think you'd like to do a quick release thing on, you could do that as well. So this is everything it comes with. And so this is what it looks like after you install them. You have these 2 little guys just hanging off the side there. And essentially all you have to do is you take the strap, you have these little guys at the ends of them, get them together, and once you hold them close to each other, it snaps in place. Same thing with the other side, hold them close to each other, snaps in place. And then as soon as you do that, your straps are locked in. And also the neat thing, if you happen to get both the bracelet and the shoulder strap, they work together, you get a bunch of these little magnet things, you could take the camera off, and let's say you're done using your shoulder strap, you just simply take off the shoulder strap with their quick release function, and you want to use the wrist strap, you just put it on there, and now you have your wrist strap. And it's easy to change back and forth depending on your use case. So why would you want a quick release strap? I think for anybody who does a lot of vlogging, or even if you're just going on vacation to take some video, there are situations that you put yourself in where you're worried your camera might fall, and having a strap is just an extra level of security. So if you guys have ever gone on those gondola rides or anything where you need to go up on a chairlift and you want to take a picture, but there's like several feet of air between you and the ground and you don't want to drop your camera, then this is a nice extra level of security to where like you can feel safe. Even if you drop your camera, it'll be caught by the strap. As well as if you ever go on a cruise or any kind of situation where you're over water. I mean, I've seen so many horror stories of people just trying to take a picture of the beach off of like a pier, and then their camera's gone forever. You don't want that to happen, so that's why these straps come in real handy. As well as like, even if it's not over water, but you're still like over some kind of edge, like at a building, you're on the 3rd, 4th floor, and you want to get a picture of the road or something, and you don't want your camera to fall off. So I do think these straps are very convenient, and the quick release function works so well if you go between tripods to handheld, anything where like the strap could possibly get in the way, you have an easy function of taking it off or putting it back on when you're taking it off your tripod and gonna go somewhere and you want to put a shoulder strap on for any kind of thing. Even if you're shooting portraits or a wedding, anything like that, I think it can come in handy big time. Another cool feature about the shoulder straps I forgot to mention is they have these little tabs on them. And these tabs are really neat because what you can do is make quick adjustments. If you need it to be longer or if you need it to be shorter, you just pull on the tab and then pull on this guy, and then you can quickly go from getting a wider shot to something a little closer. The other cool, neat little thing about this particular having the magnet functionality is that when you take off the shoulder straps on this guy, you often are left with like, well, what am I going to do with the strap now, with the shoulder strap? Well, this one, since it uses magnets, they actually tie to each other. So you can connect them to each other and you can go about your day without having to worry about where your shoulder strap is going to go. And that's really convenient. The cons of this is obviously it's hard to escape. It's that it's a magnet. It's this tiny little magnet that you get. And you have to put your entire faith into this little guy. And I'm telling you, you guys can go look up reviews. I have scoured looking for one instance of somebody saying that their camera fell from using this system. And I haven't seen any. So I'm not gonna go out as far as to say your camera's never gonna fall, because I just can't guarantee that with any of these systems. But what I have found is that these are very reliable. If you're worried about it pushing up into it, it also doesn't have that problem. I'm not sure why. I can't explain their signs here at all either, but even at awkward angles, it doesn't come off for me. You have to be very intentional of pulling up and out to release the system.